Aspen, Colorado played host to a motorsport festival in February with drivers from all forms of racing turning laps on the white stuff in spectacular machinery.
This is the first time we're taking the ice race from Zell Am Zee, Austria, all the way to Aspen, Colorado. The ice race dates back to the 50s in Zell Am Zee, which is where my family has always been based. And they used to race on the frozen lake from the 50s all the way to the 70s. And in 2019, we figured this would be something that the next generation of car people would enjoy.
This is an event I've been looking forward to since the first time I went to the GP ice race back in Austria with F.A.T and the team. But to do it in the US, the inaugural year, it's an honor to be here.
Showing up here, we still want to do well because there is a racing element to it, but there's just a lot of great people here. There's some phenomenal vehicles. Like, this is a curated thing that you don't really see too often.
Stephane Ortelli here with a special present from the Porsche Museum. We are bringing to you guys the 911 GT1 Porsche Le Mans winner car from '98. And I have to say, it has been spectacular so far to drive the car here on ice.
Alongside Le Mans winners and Formula Drift stars were Toyota Racing Development dirt racer Jade Avedisian and Pikes Peak and sports car race Loni Unser.
I have never raced on ice before, but I grew up driving on ice, so maybe that's a little bit of experience that I can take to this.
To be invited to the F.A.T International race is super cool, so I probably am going to take it serious, but at the same time, you know, we're going to have fun and whip it around in the snow.
The car I'm racing is super unique. It's won the Pikes Peak hill climb 2 times. It's a Porsche GT3 Cup car, but it has twin turbos on it, and it's got 1,100 horsepower, which is pretty insane. This isn't a car that you would normally take on ice, but to do it is super cool.
Racing on ice is a unique challenge, especially without studded tyres, and even more so in a priceless car from the Porsche Museum.
The car was dancing like a ballet and using the weight transfer from one side to the other, and I really liked it. For me, it found it quite natural. I wouldn't say it's easy, but it works.
I've been learning from some of my colleagues that I raced with at Porsche over the years, especially Richard Lees from Austria, and he just says, you know, you don't want to be spinning a lot of wheels, but you do want to be sideways because, of course, it helps rotate the car and turn into the corners.
Ice racing, you have to get sideways to go fast. You have to give it a little bit of throttle to get it sideways so you can get it pointed straight through the ice. Whereas when you're road racing, you don't really want to be getting that sideways ever because that's when things are going wrong.
We should have came with softer springs on the suspension, and a few other things that we're now learning are really not that good for the ice, but still having a blast.
While the drift specialists battled it out for the fastest time, many of the drivers were happy to come along for the ride and try something different.
I think it's probably one of the funnest events I've been to. Personally, they did a great job making it fun, and when you get a race on snow, it's pretty special.
When Stephane Ortelli hopped in my passenger seat for me to give him a ride, I was stunned. I feel like the roles should have been reversed, but it was so much fun. We had AC/DC blasting, and he was honking the horn, and it was one of the coolest things of my entire life.
Day 2 has just been a victory lap. There's been so much camaraderie and great energy, and then you add all these diverse cars, and there's so much different stuff here. I mean, there's probably 75 years of era of cars, front wheel, all wheel, rear wheel. It's been a delight, and the racing and the competing is like so secondary to just fun and just enthusiasm.